Hello friends and welcome back. So in this session we are going to cover the other critical concepts of the Jboss, which is called the profiles and server groups, right? So we have learned so far that we have a two different kind of a mode in the Jboss. One is the standalone mode and second is the domain mode, right? In standalone you will have only a single server, while in the domain mode you can have a group of multiple servers, right? So profiles are nothing but you can say a set of features. Okay, so we have a different kind of a features in the application server. For example, if you want to integrate Jboss with the any of the web server, where web server is going to work as a reverse proxy, you want to enable, you want to use the clustering feature in the production environment. You want to use the messaging for the JMS. You want to use a data source. Similarly, you have a multiple kind of a features are available in the Jboss. Okay, so profiles define the different set of features. Okay, so depend on your requirement and the kind of your applications. Okay, we select the different kind of a profiles for our environment. Okay, for example, if you have a medium scale environment, you have a large environment, you have a small scale environment, where you may not need the multiple features. For example, if you are in a non-production environment, okay, so there we don't really need the highly availability configurations. We don't need the clusterings and we don't need the some other highly available configurations like the session replications or multiple features are there, right? So that means in the non-production we will have some profiles with the less features. However, in the production we will have a profile with the high features, right? So profiles is set of features that we want to enable, and we have a different set of profiles that we utilize in the JBoss based on our requirements. Okay, and along with that, we have a server groups, which is a grouping of the multiple servers, right? We create the multiple servers for the deployment of the application, which you can refer as a JBoss instance. Okay, so when we create the different servers, so we do the grouping of the servers, okay, in a particular logical name. Okay, for example, I will create a server group with the name of server A group A. Okay, and then I can assign the multiple server JBoss instances to that particular server group. Okay, so this is very again very critical concept for understanding of the JBoss architecture and the basic concepts. Okay, so let us begin and understand what are the profiles and what are server groups. Okay, we have a different kind of a profiles in JBoss, and we have to utilize all the profiles based on the features that we want to use for our applications. So it is completely different in standalone, and then it is different in the domain mode in terms of the configuration, not about the features. Features are same, but when we talk about the configuration in terms of the profiles, okay, so we have a different ways for that. If you are using a standalone mode of JBoss or if you are using a domain mode of JBoss, right? So that I am going to cover in this session in a very simple way, okay, so that you will get a complete understanding and clarity on the profiles, and then how we enable these profiles for the servers in a standalone mode and in the domain mode. Okay, now the very first thing is, what are the profiles? Okay, profiles are nothing but it is a set of features. Okay, that means, for example, if you wanted to configure the clustering for high availability, where you want the load balancing, you want the failover features. Okay, you have developed your applications in the JSP or servlets, you have developed your applications in the EJBs, you wanted to utilize the web server as a reverse proxy in front of your JBoss server. So these are the different set of features that you can utilize based on your applications. Okay, and for utilizing these kind of a features, we have a different kind of a profiles. If you are not using these very high level of features, you have some small applications, medium space applications where we have only few servers, and you are not using any clustering, so you have a limited set of profile which you can utilize. But if you are in an enterprise domain where you have a multi-machine clustering, multiple servers, high transactions, then you have to utilize the high availability profiles. Okay, and along with that, we have the load balancer profile for if you want to configure your JBoss as a load balancer, or you want to configure a reverse proxy in front of JBoss. So in a nutshell, your profiles define what kind of a functionalities that you wanted to use in your application server, and you utilize that particular profile when you configure your servers or your applications in simple way. Right, now the profile, how it works, the profiles works in a different way if it is a standalone server or if it is a domain mode. The reason is standalone mode, we have only a single server, which is specifically we use for the non-production environments like development, testing, quality, etc. When we are in a domain mode where we have a multi-machine clusterings, which we utilize in the productions, right? Where we have a multiple machines, JBoss machines are there, right, in the cluster for the high availability, load balancing, and failover. Okay, so in that case, the role get changed in terms of the configuration, how we configure the profiles. Okay, so now let us talk about the different kind of a profile. So let us talk about the standalone mode first. Standalone mode. So when we start the server in the standalone mode, okay, so for each and every profile, we have a different set of XML files. Okay, so the basic set of XML files for profiles are standalone .xml. This will be one of the profile. Okay, and then you will have a standalone hyphen .ha.xml. Then you will have a standalone hyphen full hyphen .ha.xml, and then you will have a standalone and then load balancer dot xml. Okay, and then you may have a standalone hyphen full dot profile. So this is the different profiles that is available specifically in the standalone mode only, because this is a single server. So you want to start any your standalone server, and you want to utilize any of the profile based on the features that is available in a particular profile. So how we start it? We simply give the command dot slash, if we are in Linux, standalone dot sh, then hyphen c, and then we just provide the name of the profile, whatever the profile that you want to use, right? And by this way, your standalone server will get started, and it will enable the feature what you have given in that particular XML profile. Okay, now if you want, suppose you want to use some high availability features, okay, you wanted to use a load balancing, but if you have started your server with some different profiles, like with you have started with a default standalone profile, then load balancing feature will not be available, because that is part of your load balancer profile. Similarly, you want to use the EJBs, you want to use the servlet and JSPs, but you are using a profile which doesn't have these kind of a features, then that feature will not enable in your server when it is started if you are using a wrong profile. Okay, so this is a very straightforward way how you can enable the different kind of a profiles in a standalone. When you are starting the server with the hyphen c argument, you can provide that particular specific XML file. Okay, and these file will be available in the standalone configuration directory of your Jboss once you have installed. Okay, now let us talk about the domain mode. So when we start in our servers in the domain mode, we do not specify any of these kind of a profiles, because these XML profiles are only applicable for your standalone mode, not for the domain mode. So when we start any of the server in the domain mode, we only give dot slash domain dot sh. If it is a Windows, then it is a bad file, right? And with it, we only provide the host configuration file, right? Host hyphen config, and then whatever the host file we are using, for example, host hyphen master.xml, or maybe we are using a host hyphen slave.xml, or it could be host hyphen primary.xml, host underscore or hyphen secondary.xml, based on what kind of a name that you have given for your host file, right? This is specifically for the domain controller and host controller, but we do not specify any of these kind of a profiles here. Then how these get activated, how we can utilize these different profiles in the domain mode? Okay, very simple. Very first thing, all these profiles for which we have a different XML profiles in your Jboss, all these profiles are there in a single file which is called the domain.xml. This domain.xml file in the domain mode, okay, will have all the profile definitions. You will have a different tag. You will see like that: a section for the full profile, a section for the full hyphen HA profile, a section for the load balancer profile. So all this entry will be inside the single file domain.xml. So one of the difference what we have seen, in standalone mode, we will have a separate configuration profile with the extension of .xml. While when we compare with the domain mode, so we'll have only one single file, domain.xml. Okay, and this file will contain all of the profile definitions. Okay, and this domain file will be activated from the domain controller node. Right, that means we have a domain controller, and then we have 4 nodes where our applications are running. This is our domain controller, which is managing all 4 nodes. So this domain.xml file will be get activated from your domain controller only. Okay, so this is the way how the profiles are defined. Now, how these profiles will activated for our servers where our applications are running. Because in standalone, when we started the server, we have specified the profile name, XML file name of profile, and it was activated. But here, every profile definition in a single file. So suppose that we have the multiple servers running here, and these servers have the server groups. So how these profiles will get activated for my particular server? Let me explain you that as well. It's very simple. So now, suppose that I have a domain controller in domain mode, and I have two worker nodes here, okay, where my servers are running. So specifically in domain controller, how we do the configuration? We configure a server group. Server group. For example, we have a server group we have defined with the name of server group A, right? So this server group A will belong to my both machines, both my worker nodes, here and here. Okay, and I will have a server with the name of server 1, which is part of my server group A, and similarly I have a server 2, okay, Jboss server 2, which is part of my same server group. And this server 1 is running on my first virtual machine, first worker, and server 2 is running on my second worker, like this one. Okay, so when we create the server groups, we assign the profile here. We assign the profile here. It means with each and every server group, there is a profile associated. For example, I have created a server A and I have associated the profile full. Okay, so that means all the server which is part of this server group A, server 1 and server 2, both will have this profile activated. So if you are deploying any application on server 1 and server 2, okay, then all the features, whatever the features applicable in this full profile which we have assigned to our server group will be applicable. Now suppose that we have a one more server group B, and here we have a server S11, and this server group belong to here as well, and here we have a server S22, and this server group B has full hyphen HA profile. So that means all the application that we will deploy in server 11 and server 12, which is part of server group B, okay, will get the features of full HA profile because this full HA profile we have assigned to our server group. So in a simple way, in a standalone mode, we have a different XML profiles for each and every features. And when we start the server, we specify the profile name. But when we are in a domain mode, we do not specify any of the configuration of profile. It is there in the default domain.xml of your domain controller node. Okay, and when we create the server groups, then we assign the profiles to the corresponding server group, and whatever the server now that will be part of that particular server group will get activated with the features of that particular profile. So this is the way how we define the profiles in the standalone and domain mode, and I hope I am able to clear your doubt on the profiles. Still you have any doubt, you can write to us at digitalk.fmw@gmail.com. Okay, we will get back to you.